Hi, and welcome to Little Piggy's Foot Care. My name is Amanda. I'm a registered nurse, and I am here to give you some advice during this very difficult time. Now, if you are in Ontario, Canada, you are at week, oh gosh, it feels like forever, but week 2 of what are they calling it? Quarantine? It's not quarantine, social distancing. And it's getting more and more strict. The rules are getting more and more strict. Now it has gone down to 5 people. You're allowed to see 5 people potentially. And I know for our family, there's only 5 of us. So no one's coming near us. And now it is to stay home and stay kind of in the confounds of your own property. The reasoning for this is a virus called the novel coronavirus or COVID-19. And it can be a very deadly virus. And the big challenge is that we haven't seen it before. We don't know we're not there yet as treating it or vaccinating against it. And we're trying to prevent ourselves from having to go to the hospital or from getting it. Especially the vulnerable population, which is who I'm talking to right now. Okay, Little Piggy's Foot Care serves the vulnerable population, and made the decision a week ago. Well, around the 23rd, 22nd or the 23rd, to also go into that kind of that magic days, the 14 days, the quarantine days, only because I serve the vulnerable population. I want to step out of the way so that the nurses and doctors in the hospitals and stuff can deal with this. We're running low on personal protective equipment like the masks and stuff like that. And I want to make sure that my colleagues have what they need before I go out and do what I do. And also, there is a risk for anybody coming into a home that is in the community. There's always that risk, and it's very big right now. So, with that being said, I understand and respect that there are a lot of people who are in need of foot care right away. And so this is directed towards people who need foot care. So, there's two. So, I want, before I go any further, this is not medical advice. This is just hopefully a little bit of help in the time that we need it. And as soon as I can get into the community again and start with foot care, I encourage you to call me because I'm assuming we'll need to talk. Okay, so if you have diabetes and if you are isolated with somebody, please have them, and you have a tablet, a smartphone, or something like that, and you know how to use the camera, have them take a picture of your feet, the bottom side of your feet every day. Bring it up to your face, look at it, see if there's any marks, any cuts, anything that's different than normal. Okay, we're still trying to inspect those feet because we want to make sure that there's no friction, there's no pressure, and that we're keeping the skin on the bottom side of our feet and in between our toes intact. That's really, really important. Okay, intact and dry, but not too dry. Okay. Secondly, okay, we've already done that. We're doing this every day. That's fantastic. And we're doing it for each other. You know, someone's helping you, help them out. If you do not have a partner, or if like you don't have someone at home with you or anything else like that, or if you don't have a smartphone, get a mirror and put the mirror on the floor and hover your foot over it so you can kind of sort of see. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but at least it's something so you can see what's underneath and you can see what's bothering you, because most of us do not have the dexterity to bring our feet to our face. If we did, you wouldn't be calling me. Okay, so we've talked about that. Now, secondly, parts of our feet. Toenails, okay? Like, they're going to get long. Nails are getting long. So we're going to, again, if we're going to cut them, okay, but we're going to cut them differently than what I do. And by cut, yeah. Okay, so if you're not comfortable with this, don't do it. If they're not bugging you, don't worry about it. If they are driving you nuts, you are going to want to do this. And we're going to want to do it safely instead of haphazardly and end up with a big problem. So if all that you have are clippers, which in my house I've got 4 boys, We had tons of these little things. I have one pair that I can find. You are going to take a fair border, okay? So your nails have now grown long and they're past the toes and they're causing a lot of problems, okay? Sorry, I've got an itchy forehead. You are going to take your clippers and you are going to cut the nail across the top and leave the corners. So you're going to go straight across as much as you can, and then you're going to follow it up with a file. Whether you have a metal file, whether you have an emery board, you're going to follow it up with a file, and just lightly enough to get any sharp edges. And you're not going down into the side, you're going straight across. Okay? So you're going to do that with all of them. And then you're going to offer it to the person who helps you out, because that's being nice. Okay? So if you cannot use the clippers, if you do not have clippers, hopefully you have a file. Right after a shower, you're going to dry your feet off. You're going to try to get in between the toes. It's really, really super important to keep them dry. Okay? And you're going to take a file. If that's all you have, that's all you have. You're going to take a file and you're just going to straight across. Okay? If they are too hard to handle, okay? And they're really, 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 really bugging you. And it must be really, 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 really bugging you. Get some Epsom salt, okay? And have a nice Epsom salt thing kind of soak with your feet. Let them get soft. The nails get soft, okay? Bring them out. Dry in between those toes. And you're going to take a file and you're going to file those, same thing, just the length. You're going to file and just file as much as you can. If you have a corner callus that's really bothering you, you're going to need to want to look at your footwear, and we can't take it out right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that file and you're going to take it across the surface of that callus after a shower or something like that, because that skin is more kind of movable. So you're going to take it across and you're just going to file it. Just file it. If you have a pumice stone, you're going to file. That's all you're going to do. And it's going to give you a little bit of relief. Okay. Until I can get to you. Same thing with the heel or anything else like that. And then follow it up with some moisturizer. Super important. We need to keep our skin intact, because a way to fight this virus, believe it or not, is to make sure that our skin has no entrance point, right? So we're not really around each other. So that's the good point. If you are blessed enough to not be concerned with anything that's in your house, that's fantastic. I'm so happy about that. But there are some incidences that they're seeing now. There is community spread. So we do need to be very cautious about the things that come into the house and go out of the house. And we have to make sure everything's really disinfected. And the other thing is the skin. We need to keep it intact. That's the big takeaway from this, is keep the skin intact. So wear cotton socks. Put some moisturizer on, then put socks on. Okay? White socks are really helpful, because if you have white socks, you're wandering in the house, you're in your pajamas anyway, let's just face it. If you're dressed in a full suit, congrats to you, I can't do it. And because white cotton socks will tell you if there's any discharge. If anything's wrong with your feet, you'll see it on your sock. That's the nice part. If you hit yourself off the bottom of furniture, you're going to know about it. Okay, so this is survival strategy. This is not foot care 101. It is, we're just trying to get you to your next appointment. Okay, and as soon as I'm done my 14 days and everything is okay, I am going to try very, very hard to be out there, but we will see what the government says. Because of this shortage of PPE, it is very challenging for us to be out there and justifying it. So to my clients, I miss you guys like crazy, and I cannot wait to get out of here. And stay safe and take care of yourselves, and know that we are thinking about you and we can't wait to come and help you out. So hopefully that'll offer some hope and some things for you. If you have slippers, proper slippers that fit well, use them. If you have tennis shoes that you wear in, or running shoes, use them. They're fantastic and they can be very helpful. So just wipe off the bottom if they're used outside, if you can, and wear them to just kind of protect your toes and protect your feet. If you have any corns or calluses, find some Crocs if you have them. If you don't, it's not a big deal, but you might find it might be easier for the time being. It might be easier to go without a restrictive shoe, because it is the pressure of that shoe that is causing that corner, that callus. Okay, I hope you have found this helpful. I hope to see you very shortly. And I don't know, is there any well-wishing in quarantine? Enjoy 14 days with your spouse. It is a blessing to some extent. I get to spend time with my boys, which is something I've wanted for quite a while. So yay. We've never had to put up with each other for 2 weeks either. So attitudes are running high, including mine. So I'm thinking about you all. Yeah. So remember the Epsom salt, straight across, file. If you can get away with just filing, just file. And you can use that file or that emery board across, straight across the surface. And the idea is to not cause any disruption to the skin's surface. So we don't want wounds of any sort, cuts, scrapes, none of that. We're really just file straight across. Okay, so I hope, like I said, that this has helped you out. And my time is up because I can hear my kids coming down. Take care. And this is Little Piggy's well-wishing to those who are stuck at home. Take care. I guess we're not stuck at home. We chose to stay home. Thank you.